Hello everyone, how is everybody today? I am Darlene and I will get right into your reading after these brief announcements. Thank you for being here and clicking on my video. I have a long playlist of deceased loved ones, so if this particular one doesn't resonate, please go and check that out. Your messages could be there. Also, I have other kind of readings that I do. I do love readings, Scorpio, collective, all kinds of readings. So please, if you like moi, go and check those out. And let's see what else. Oh, yes, I do sometimes come on and do live readings where you can ask me questions. If you are subscribed, you will get a notice of that. Be sure you hit that notification bell and you will get notified when I go live, and maybe every couple of weeks right now is when I'm doing that. So, and you can go and watch those if you want to see what it's all about, and that's that. So I usually I have a process I do when I sit down to do these, and I meditate and I do my little ritual thing and all that, and sometimes it takes me a few minutes, to get in the zone. And today it was like bam, right out the gate, this fella comes through. And I would appreciate it if you like this kind of stuff, this woo-woo stuff. Hit that like button for me, thank you. So this guy came in like just boom, right away, and he is a straight up gangsta. I'm saying, his words, not mine. Straight up gangsta. He's coming in unabashedly, like, okay, that's who it was. Yep, that's who it was. I was proud of it. So, okay. And he's coming through. It's not an untypical story. There was not much of a dad in the picture. Was raised pretty much by his mama and his grandmother, and he called her. I thought he said, I hear the word Mima thrown around occasionally for a grandparent's nickname. He says, no, it's not Mima, it's Nima, something like that. So that relates fine if it doesn't. It's not imperative that is a name that has to make sense to you. But he's coming through because he wants to send a message to his, I thought it was his little brother, but I'm hearing cousin. But he's, a little man. And I'm going to edit the language he used. Because he was very explicit. And this isn't an X channel, so we're not using the X-rated channel. We're not going to do that. But he said, you little twit. My word is, you little twit. So what's happening here is this little man is starting down the same path that this fellow went down, and died at an early age, and very common circumstances for men who are in that culture, where that, I think he was running drugs and doing Lord knows what else, and got killed. And so he doesn't want this young man to follow his same path. And so I was trying to get my camera on, and I want to now connect back to the message, because I was going to do something else anyway. I lost, you don't want to hear that anyway. So let me tune back in with him just a second, because he was just giving me this whole real quick stuff here. They do have this humor. He's saying, I don't want this little twit to come. You tell this little twit that if he does what I did, if he goes down that path, I'll personally come back and haunt the hell out of him. And that wasn't the word he used, but I'll haunt the hell out of him. Personally, you can be sure he's going to look for me in the dark. So, I don't know. Yeah. He was telling me something about his mother a minute ago. He said, yeah, I was a bad guy. I was pretty much a thug. I was a bad guy. I was a gangster, straight up. And I did things I shouldn't have done and all that. Yeah. I mean, he's just like, yeah, I did it. I actually, okay, he's saying I don't have any regrets about the lifestyle. He is having regrets about some choices he made because it affected the people he loved. And that would be his mother and his grandmother. But he's telling me one thing he never did. He never hurt a woman, like beat up a woman. He's saying that was like the line in the sand for me. I never did that, because apparently he saw that with his own mother. Pardon me. I think his dad, when he was early on in the picture, used to beat up his mother, and he said, I just wasn't going to do that. And that's one thing that was his, like I said, line in the sand, where he didn't do that. What else would you like to say today? Ooh, that's a whole story. Okay, just a second. Wow, this took a turn. Okay. This, I presume, cousin nephew, this little man that we're talking about, he is all about him today. And I get the feeling that his mother is not a stable person. Maybe she's into drugs and other lifestyle choices. And he's telling his mother, not the child's mother, this Gangsta's mother. Sorry, y'all, it's just it was his word, not mine. That there's a time coming where he might not have a mother around, and he wants you to take care of this little man like you took care of me. Wow, that's a big ask. I know, that's a big ask. Okay. He's saying that it's coming soon. So get ready. Start checking on him. Start looking in on him. Making him start being accountable. Okay. Oh, this whole other message about the gang he was hanging out with, and did you call him your boss? Whoever the head of this, whatever gang I guess he was in. Maybe he was responsible for his passing. That could have been. He's saying, you tell that, I'm coming for him. I am coming for him. Now, y'all, let me be clear delivering this message. When these spirits get to the other side, it's very different. They go to heaven. They're not embroiled with things here like that, okay? This is giving me a different vibe. Just 1 second, please. Okay, thank you. Because when I kind of was busting him about that, because I know different. I know. He is saying, well, you know, I can't completely give up my bad boy image. I got an image to present. He's kind of making light of it. But he's saying, but I know karma. I know I will see, karmically, I'm going to see that guy again. And it's all going to work out in the wash, as they say. It's all going to work out in the wash. He says, I know I'm going to see him again eventually. Okay, what else? Ooh, so whatever this means, I guess he had a love interest, and he's saying, he's actually using the word girlfriend. Tell her I was coming back for her. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Whoever gets this message, I hope it will make sense to you. He's just saying, tell her I was coming back for her. Okay, hopefully that will make some young woman feel better, I hope. Okay, what else? Excuse me. He is telling me that, you know, when we leave the physical world, we go through a review process. And if our souls didn't this is going to sound judgmental. I don't want it to sound that way. If we didn't quite do what we were supposed to do, not that there's a supposed to do really, but I mean, if we got off track, let's say, from our original mission that we set for ourselves when we come into this lifetime, when you leave and you go back through that review process, you may have a, I'm so sorry, excuse me. You may have a, pollen's out here, I apologize. A time where, in other words, everybody takes a little bit longer. In fact, I was talking to the people on my live about this a week ago. Some people can transition pretty fast, and some people it takes a lot longer, and some people in between. Because you need to absorb, you need time to transition and to understand what you went through, how that, what was meant for you as spiritual lessons, where you were meant to grow, and maybe you didn't do that, you didn't choose to do that. So that's what he's showing me. Is this, it took me a little, in other words, he's kind of saying I'm in school over here. That's essentially what he's telling me. I'm in school over here. He said, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting better. I'm understanding why I made the decisions I did, and you know, of course, he's just going to come out of that, and then he'll be in full-blown heaven, right? It's not a judgment in the traditional sense that, for example, a lot of traditional religions think of heaven and hell and judgment and all that. That's not. It's more of a life review, and so there are people that greet us on the other side also, and guides and angels that help us to look back at those things and help us to understand where we could have done better, right? Where we could have done better. So that's what he means by I'm in school over here. He's fine, he's doing fine. He said, I really did like the gangsta thing though. Okay, yeah, he just was very empowering for him, I think, in whatever the way that was. And okay, let's see, anything else? Thank you. He's giving me, you all right. I won't say with the word. He said, you all right, lady, you all right. I love it. Thank you. Love it when they have a good, you know, big personality like that. Okay, anything else? Any other messages? Yeah, I should say too, this is interesting. Somebody brought this up the other day. When I'm doing these readings, I often look to the left. It's because that's where I feel their energy. I feel them like they're here, right here on my left-hand side. So if anybody was curious about it, that's why I do that. It's just like, you know, like they're standing here and I'm looking over. They're not physically here, of course, but I feel it. Okay, anything else? Thank you. Thank you for coming through today. All right, he's just saying, you all right, you all right. Okay, guys, thank you. If you stayed to the end, I'm so grateful. And again, I would appreciate if you would show me some love and hit that like button. It helps my channel to grow. As I said, I'm new here on YouTube and just trying to get started, and I appreciate all of that. And also, please go and check out my other readings on that playlist I mentioned earlier. You might find someone that you would like to hear from there. So, thank you all for being here, and I wish you many, many blessings, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.